What is going on, everybody? What's up? This is Real Time with Prince Blue. I am your host, of course, Prince Blue, and I just wanted to get on real quick and shout out some things while I had it on my mind and on my brain. I know it's normally earlier than usual, but just figured just gonna go here and just figure out what's going on. Um well, it seems like once again social media has been set ablaze by the signing of Tim Tebow to the Jaguars, and um I don't listen. It's so weird that people get so up in arms about um things like this, and this is my thing. This is where I'm coming from. And it, once again, this is Prince Blue's take. This ain't nobody's take. This ain't nobody's issue. This ain't, I'm always going to tell you how I feel and how I fucking feel about a situation, and then I'll be done with it. Okay, this is my thing about the whole Tim Tebow thing. Nobody cares if he's a Christian. Nobody cares if he feeds the homeless. Nobody cares if he feeds the nobody cares if he invented the vaccine. None of that shit matters when we're talking about strictly football. Football. The man is 33 years old. He hasn't played football in 8 years, and he's coming back to play a position he has never played. When, by the way, there are players, white and black, that played tight end just maybe yesterday, and they didn't get this opportunity. That's the problem. Now, it could be nuanced and we could go race. I could go whichever way you want to go. But the way of I'm gonna go way of football first. And then I'm trust me, I'm gonna get into the race shit because some of y'all done lost y'all goddamn mind. Some of y'all act like y'all don't know privilege when you see it. And let me remind you what privilege looks like. Far as football, again, 33 years old, hasn't played football in 8 years, is coming back to play a position he has never played before. And there's people out there trying to make a living that actually play football, play tight end, begging for that opportunity, and they're not getting it. But Tim Tebow gets to ride in on his white horse and get that position. But oh yeah, by the way, by a coach that coached him in national championship games, he won a Heisman with in Florida. So you got two elements working here. You got two elements working here. Tori, I'm gonna get into that in a second. You got two elements working here. You got Tim Tebow, um, who's a phenomenal person. I get it, his faith, blah blah blah. He never gave up on his dreams. Then you got his coach, Urban Meyer, who, let's be honest, his hiring practices ain't the best. He just tried to hire a guy that had an extensive background. He thought he was bigger than the game, that he could just bring a hire in like that and nobody would say anything. That's strike one. Strike two, he bought in Tim Tebow. And strike three, he bought in Tim Tebow. That's two. He did the rare two strikes with one swing. And let me tell this to the people out there that's saying it's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. Listen, race is in everything. I hate to break that to y'all. Fair, unfair, different, indifferent. Race is in everything. Okay, and the reason why people is pissed off about Tim Tebow is because here you got a 33-year-old white dude who hasn't played NFL in over 8 years, gets more money, gets a contract, And whether he makes the team or not, he gets the spectacle of being on an NFL roster for now. Versus, I know you see these stories about the black athlete that's sitting outside and he got the sign. He's saying, give me a tryout. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll play any position, blah, 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 blah. That's the problem we're having. That's the issue. And you know what? It wasn't even that much of an issue until this is what happens. People start saying, shout out to Tim Tebow for his perseverance. People mocked him about his faith, blah, 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 blah. He's a good dude. You got the Matthew Berrys of the world, the Ashley Brewers of the world, blah, blah, blah. Where's all that energy for other athletes? And when I say other athletes, yes, I mean black athletes. When they get this opportunity. Oh, I forgot. The only time they get praised is during the draft, when you get to say how their mother was a crackhead, their daddy was a gangbanger, their mama was a prostitute that just happened to do crack and had him, and now he's an NFL player. That's the only time the feel-good stories work. That's the only time y'all want to feel good. Let me tell you something. Tim Tebow is not a feel-good story. And he's not. He's not. He's not. That man has had a football career that you couldn't script. National championship winner twice. Heisman Trophy winner. Number one first rounder. Started for the Denver Broncos. Won a playoff game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Where's the feel-good story? It wasn't like he had one arm and he fought against all odds to make this opportunity work for him. Dude had a career of a lifetime. So when people try to say Tim Tebow persevered and you gotta admire the guy, you can admire the guy. But the slob and the wetness on his balls from the fans and the media, give me a break. And now you got a civil war between people saying, you can't see race, you can't see race. And then you got people saying it's not about race. Listen, why can't we just respect what each other is feeling? How each other understand. A lot of y'all listen to respond. You don't listen to understand. Hey, this is how I feel about Tim Tebow, blah, 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 blah. It ain't about race. Everything ain't about race. So did you listen to any of my explanation, or you was just ready? You just had that one in the holster to say it's not about race. You got to listen to understand. Sometimes I get caught in it. I want to respond, but I listen. Like, for instance, Tori and Ben is going at it about it. I follow them both. Have no issues with either one of them. Talk to both of them a lot. On the timeline and off the timeline. Tori has her view, and Ben has his. But I will tell you this. Just because some people doesn't see race in everything doesn't make them a racist. Just because somebody has a strong view about something that's opposite of something that has to do with race doesn't make them a racist. They just don't see it. Now, this is what a racist is. I don't see what's the problem. Colored people get opportunities all the time. That's a racist. Somebody saying it's not about race with Tim Tebow. He knows Urban Meyer. He's a good dude. He's a culture changer. Jacksonville is the dumps. So Jacksonville is so bad of a football city that even having the number one overall pick and having sunshine from We Are the Titans come in, it's not enough for buzz. That's understandable. And then you got the other end, which is, listen, you got younger black tight ends that are looking for that opportunity. Why Tim Tebow? That is understandable as well. But the whole, hey, I don't see it about race. You're racist. That's not it. That's not it. We gotta stop throwing around that R words so damn willy-nilly, calling everybody racist and shit. Now, some shit you could say can be insensitive. Like yesterday, I put out a tweet, and y'all know I don't delete nothing. I don't say anything. When Matthew Berry tweeted out what he tweeted about Tim Tebow, I said, why didn't you have that same energy about Miles Sanders? You swore up and down because they picked up old dude from Detroit that Miles Sanders' days are numbered. You started going to all this slander about Miles Sanders. And I said, the numbers, your fantasy numbers, must have hid the racism. And the reason why I said that, because Matthew Berry has a history of saying some foul ass shit or some questionable shit when it comes to black athletes. That's why I threw that at him. And of course he didn't answer, and I'm not expecting him to answer. But that's why I threw the R word out to Matthew Berry. I'm telling y'all, it's a method to whatever I do. If I say something to somebody, I mean it. It may be wrong to others, or it may come out that it's wrong. I may be like, damn, I'm wrong. I said that. I shouldn't have said that. And then I'll apologize, or I'll try to explain my position. But the whole deal with somebody now, the only part I'm gonna tell you, Tori, if you still in here, babe, the only way you messed up is Kyle Meager agreed with you. If there's shit on the sidewalk, whatever's beneath shit on the sidewalk, that's Kyle Meager. You can't have conversations with Kyle Meager and think you're gonna come out unscathed. That's the wrong dude you want agreeing with you. All the foul shit he done said. I mean, like, no. Kyle Meager, no. Get him out your mentions. Get him out. Get him out. Oh yeah, I saw the poll that you put up here, Ben. Well, you know what? Hey, it's all right. Like if I was to put a poll up, I bet you a lot of people won't like me. But guess what? They gonna still watch me. They gonna listen unless they got me muted or whatever. See, a lot of people be saying they ain't for you and talk shit, but they follow you, or they don't mute, or they don't block you. Um, and you just, it is what it is, man. Like personally, me, like when people put bad comments on my podcast and stuff like that, people was like, you could delete it, Blue. I was like, I'm not deleting it. They took time out to write a bad review. Hell yeah. That means I said something that resonated with them. Good, bad, or indifferent. So think of it this way, Tori. People who commented on that poll, they took time out, even if it was a millisecond, to answer the poll. My brother Brett, love you, bro. My brother Brett in here. He said, sup, big bro. These white folks throwing around that racists need to check one of our fine institutions. Listen, it's just in general, like the R word, just all the time, like racist, 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 racist. Listen, and shout out to my white people that's for the cause, but listen, sometimes y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax. Y'all be quick to the punch before we are. Like, y'all can't be more mad than us. Don't Mike Missinelli this thing. Don't Mike Missinelli the movement. And when I say don't Mike Missinelli the movement, don't come across with so much white guilt. We like, well, damn, are you actually sorry? or you got some deep-seated racial shit in your brain that you trying to come across as you're not coming racist. Like, some of y'all try a little too hard. There's a difference between being opinionated and trying too hard. Then somebody comes to me all the time and they're like, Blue, so and so is racist. And I'm like, I talk to that person all the time and I haven't got a racist vibe from them. Now, if they prove to show themselves otherwise, then I will deal with it then. But I'm not the one to just dismiss somebody because somebody else is somebody. Because sometimes people have hard understanding and their wires cross and they just can't come to agreement. So it is what it is. That would be like if somebody, I hate to use my brother's name, but that's like if somebody's to come to tell me Chip Reederson is racist. After I cuss your ass out, then I'll explain to you why he's not. But that person may absolutely feel like that person that he's racist. I'm like, no, that's no. And I was just using my boy Chip as an example. Nobody has come to me and said that shit. But that's what I'm saying. Y'all be so quick to call each other names. Are y'all listening to the conversation? Like Tori and Ben was just going back and forth. But are people really listening to the conversation, or they just want to pick a side? And if you're picking a side, is it a side that you really believe in, or you just virtue signaling? Philly Twitter, Eagles Twitter, Sixers Twitter, Flyers Twitter, Phillies Twitter, lump them all together. Y'all have a real issue with virtue signaling. Y'all have a real issue with what matters. Like, I can tweet a hot dog inside a bun and make a sexual joke, and that shit'll go viral. I tweet about police brutality, autism, rape victims, anything of that. 2, 3 likes, 4 likes, 5 likes, maybe. It'll die out after like 10 likes. You see where I'm going? It's bigger than sports. It's bigger than Tim Tebow. Yes, Tim Tebow right now is the poster child, but underneath it's about the good old boy system, Urban Meyer, who's a white coach, being able to just make a move like that, and people actually. Can you imagine if Mike Tomlin said, "Hey, I'm gonna bring Terrell Owens back to play tight end"? Mike Tomlin's a Super Bowl winning coach. He will still get clowned. He would get clowned. I'm bringing back Terrell Owens to play tight end, I'm bringing back pick anybody. I'm bringing back, I don't know. I'm bringing back Colin Kaepernick to play tight end. I know you would, Tori. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. If he was to say that, people be talking about his job. They'll put his record on the line. They'll start talking about all Mike Tomlin's indiscretions. You'll start seeing the machine go to work to get Mike Tomlin up out of here. But Urban Meyer can make a move like that because it's perceived as the safe pick because Tebow's such a great guy, you know. He didn't smell pussy until he got married. Blah 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 blah. I get it. He's a good dude. He's the person you want to date your daughter. Or maybe you won't want him to date your daughter. Can he play? Can he play tight end? That's all we care about. That's it. And you tell on yourself. People, you tell yourself. The Matthew Berrys of the world, the Ashley Brewers of the world. When you're quiet on other athletes, but as soon as Tim Tebow do something, you got Twitter fingers, you tell on yourself. You did it. We didn't do it. We didn't say put a tweet out there shouting out all of Tim Tebow's great virtues. The one thing you did tweet out was him being able to be a fucking tight end. That's all I'm saying, people. Now, Sixers. I'm wearing this hat for a reason. Sixers hat for a reason. Got a chance to clinch the number 1 seed tonight going against the Indiana Pacers. Did you know that? I guess not, because Philly media doesn't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. Because the Sixers are actually performing. That means people are happy. Philadelphia doesn't want to be happy. We want to be pissed off. We want to be mad that Joel Embiid is still out of shape. He's missing games. He's eating on the rehab table. We still want to be upset that Ben Simmons isn't shooting a jump shot. We still want to be upset that Tobias Harris isn't scoring like he got. He's overrated, overpaid. That's what we want to be mad about. Philadelphia media ain't saying shit. They're talking about Tim Tebow on the fucking radio. And when you bring up the Sixers, they dismiss it as they got to do it in the playoffs. No, people are mad. We're not talking about Tim Tebow. Goddamn right we're mad. What did y'all say before the season? Joel Embiid has to get in shape. Did that. Joel Embiid has to dominate. Doing it. Did that. Tobias Harris has to live up to his contract. Done it. He got paid what he got paid. It is what it is. Sixers need shooters. Did it. Sixers need another ball handler, a backup point guard. Did it. All the shit that y'all wanted checked off has been done. Now wait to the playoffs. Well, no shit. I'm sorry the playoffs doesn't start immediately. I'm sorry the Sixers couldn't 2K and start right into the playoffs. The Sixers are a bona fide, legit NBA contender. And you got motherfuckers out here still talking about, well, when Harden gets back or at full strength, the Nets are dangerous. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. The fuck, man? Y'all still talking about a team that isn't going to play for 4 months. 4 months. Who's the franchise player on the Eagles? You'll get 45 different answers. Who's the franchise player on the Sixers? Joel Embiid, who's an MVP candidate. My pick for MVP. Sorry, Kendrick Perkins. That CP3 shit ain't gonna fly here. Tomorrow you'll say Carmelo Anthony's the MVP. You be flip-flopping like a motherfucker. But anyway, clap your hands, everybody. The Philadelphia 76ers is a fucking great team with a hell of a head coach. Man, he blew 3-1 leads. He blew 3-1 leads with Bubble George, Kawhi Leonard, and probably a bunch of misfits that probably did. That talent is masking the stench that's going on throughout that Clippers organization. I can tell you this, when the Sixers blow leads, it ain't because of the starters, it's because of the bench. The Sixers are a legit team. Get behind them. Don't wait for the media to say it's okay to get behind them. I know some of you are. Yeah, Zach Daniels. Kendrick Perkins said CP3 is his MVP. CP3. God damn, Philly Twitter. Like, y'all Y'all are a frustrating bunch, man. Y'all argue more about pancakes versus crepes than civil rights, uh, gay rights, anything that really fucking matters. Y'all just be. Now Tim Tebow's the talk of the damn town, and our Philadelphia 76ers is about to clinch the #1 seed with a legit MVP candidate. I say top 2 defensive player of the league. And shit, if you want to throw Tebow in there, we got 2 top 5 defensive player of the years on the team. Best 3-point shooting percentage coming from Seth. Danny Green's a 3-time champion, veteran. Dwight, champion, veteran, best big man backup that Embiid's had. Oh, by the way, we got George Hill, who's just rounding into his own, and he's going to spearhead the second unit, which means no more Shake Milton at the point. He could just play the 2 and get buckets. People, get on board. And no, I'm not gonna be that one that's gonna be like, oh, now y'all want to get on board because 6 won. No, I'm just gonna sit back and be like, huh. That's it. But as far as the media in this town, sports radio, like, you don't have to be the heel all the time. You don't have to be the villain to have people listen to you. If your show is good, people are going to listen. But the Mike Mizzanellis of the world, the Tyrone Brown Tooths of the world, other Debbie Downers of the world, the Jigglyos, them people, it is what it is. All right? So that was my take on Tim Tebow and all that issue. You know, I can't tweet about that shit. I can't do all that damn tweeting because you'll never get nothing. You'll never get nothing accomplished tweeting. You only get 140 characters and context get lost. Hopefully nobody get my context was not lost. Tim Tebow getting it back in the league is not racist. It screams of privilege. Privilege, good old boys club, who you know. And if you can't see that, then you're the problem. That's all I can tell you. But everybody that doesn't agree that race is in everything isn't racist. Now, Kyle Meager, that's a racist dumbass. He's a racist dumbass. And I wouldn't be shocked if he's racist by mistake. Like he just don't know. He just racist by mistake. Like, man, he the type that be like, man, I don't know what y'all talk about, man. I let colored people in my house all the time. He's that type of racist. Like you just like, dude, nobody says colored people anymore. Like, what the fuck? What are you saying? That's type. That's that type. So, all right, people, be good. Enjoy the Sixers tonight. Enjoy this. Enjoy this. This is gonna be fun. Nobody's scared of the Nets. Nobody's scared of the Bucks. Nobody's scared. You can respect teams, but people saying I fear. First of all, we should be fearing shit because we ain't on the court. And when people be like, "Yo, we good. We good. We gonna beat them. We gonna beat them in 6." Who's we? Cue the Uncle Phil meme. We. 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 But enjoy the 76ers, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'll make sure this is available for people to catch the recap. Thank everybody for supporting this and continue to support me. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. One more thing before I go. Um, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna say it again. If you like what you hear and you like the content which I provide, even on Twitter or social media, please make sure you subscribe to my podcast. You can subscribe to it and don't listen. I prefer you listen to it. But subscribing isn't nothing. It's on all platforms: Anchor, Apple, Google, Amazon. It's everywhere. Subscribe, leave a rating, leave something, because when people come to me and they say, "Hey, I like RealTime with Prince Blue. I want to throw some resources behind it." They're going to look for the numbers and they're going to look to see how much backing and how much support I have. And then if they don't see it, then I'm not going to be able to get y'all. If y'all like me, when y'all be like, "I like Blue because he keeps it real. He says what's on his mind. He says the shit that we need to hear." Well, that's what I want to keep continuing to do. And I want to do it on a bigger scale. But I can't do that if I don't get the support. So please subscribe, click the link. Um you notice I don't be pushing t-shirts or buttons and saying buy mugs. I want the listeners. I want the support. I want the viewers. I want the streams. I don't care about a t-shirt. I don't care about that stuff. I want to be heard. All right? Thank you, everybody. Be safe. Enjoy the Sixers. I know I am. Peace out.